Good day, everyone. I am your reporter for today. My name is Kisha May Migalian, and my topic would be Universal Design for Learning. And before I will proceed to my topic, I have something to tell you that I am not good at English and I am not comfortable with speaking English. And I hope you're going to understand what am I saying right now. And let's go, let's proceed. Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is a teaching approach that works to accommodate the needs and abilities of all learners and eliminates unnecessary hurdlers in the learning process. So, as of now, we are aspiring teachers, and soon we will be going to have this kind of learning process, which is the Universal Design for Learning. And it's stated here that it will accommodate the needs of the students, the abilities, but not just the needs and abilities also, but it also eliminates those unnecessary difficulties of the learning process. Next, so we have here, these are the three elements to UDL, which is number one, multiple means of representation; number two, multiple means of action and expression; multiple means of engagement. So these three, we will going to have a discussion, a little more discussion, so that you will understand what are these elements to UDL. Okay, so we're going to have this first, the multiple means of engagement. So multiple means of engagement stimulate motivation and sustained enthusiasm for learning by promoting various ways of engaging with material. So as you can see here, this multiple means of engagement, it's stated here that it has the motivation and also the enthusiasm for what? For learning by promoting any kind of way for or any kind of way of engaging uh, with material in any kind of way on how we deliver what kind of learning is it, like that. And of course, from the word engagement itself, you already know what is engagement, right? So yeah, let's proceed to another one. So we're going to have next this multiple means of representation. So multiple means of representation present information and content in a variety of ways to support understanding by students with different learning styles or abilities. So this time you may think that when we are going to be a future teacher for our student, we need to understand what are their strengths and abilities, what are their weaknesses, because not all students that they can do this one, they can do that activity, any kind of activity. No, any, or they have different abilities in life, or as a student, we have our different abilities and styles for learning. But as a teacher, we need to have our support on how they promote no on how they pursue their abilities, pursue their what is comfortable with them. And of course, patient is a must. That's the most important thing, so that they can continue their studies with your support, with our support as a future educator. Next we have a multiple means of action or expression. It offers options for students to demonstrate their learning in various ways, allow choice to assessment type. So this means that if you're going to be a future teacher, you must offer some, like, any other way of learning that they can also do, students can do. And just like what I've been said earlier, that you must be kind to your student, because not all your student has that ability, has that um can do this thing, that She can do this activity, she can do this project, even skills. Not all students can do it. So allow everyone express their own ways of how they learn, of course. So in UDL, teachers are supposed to present information and materials in many different ways, taking into consideration that some students may have not fully observed the lesson the first time it was presented. So not all students has the initiative to learn this thing, that thing, like what I've said, saying that thing, like I've said. And also, and teachers are supposed to present another or any information, any materials in any different ways. You need to you need to give information to your students. Even if we were going to give them some any materials or any information or any activities that they must do, but we must take into consideration that some students may have not fully observed the lesson the first time it was presented. So the concept of multiple means of representation is meant to ensure that all students are able to access and understand learning material. After this, teachers allow students to express what they learn in a various way. Of course, being a teacher, you must know, or you must allow your students to express what they can do, what their abilities or skills that they are comfortable with. Yes, you must know that. And finally, the teacher uses different techniques to reinforce learning at the students' optimal levels. The principles of UDL, which sometimes overlap, are presented below with examples. So we have many UDL principles ahead, so I will be discussing it to you one by one so that you will understand, and yeah, you can apply this to your future students someday. So we have the UDL principles and inclusive practices, examples of UDL implementation and inclusive practices. So the first is principle number 1, equitable use. So the UDL practices and inclusive practices are designed to be useful. What do you mean by useful? Of course, in vernacular word, magamit, and appealing and safe for all students, families, and professionals to use. Individual differences in various contexts are respected. So these are the examples. So number 1, use UDL principles equitably. Of course, we have to apply these UDL principles because this is the most important thing as a future educator soon. And then, use culturally responsive teaching strategies and materials like MTBMLE. What do you mean by that? A mother tongue based multilingual education. So, what are your like kita in vernacular word? We're going to speak in Bisaya because our student can more understand how we speak, like our language, because not everyone can understand in English and not everyone can uh, understand what we are saying right now. So you must have these also this another way of teaching. This is the most important thing. Okay, so next principle number 2, flexible use. So, inclusive practices are designed to accommodate the individual preferences, abilities, and needs of all students, families, and professional, not just all students, not just professional, but also to your family. Flexibility in providing choice for methods and pacing our exercises. So I think it is very understandable for us, this principle, because this is the most important, that individual preferences, abilities, we need to accommodate these things and needs of all students, not just students, but also families and professionals. So let's proceed to principle number 3. Simple and intuitive used. So inclusive practices are designed to be easy for all to use and understand. Easy to use, understandable to use. These are the examples. Establish classroom rules and also classroom routines. So this is the most important thing. We need to have our rules and regulations. Of course, when we are going to have our students soon, we're going to be future educators soon. We will have these rules and we will going to have these classroom rules and routine. Okay, this is the most important thing, and this is very easy for us. And then, number 2, use graphic organizers for synthesizing material, of course. Then develop scoring rubrics with the students. When we are going to have a quiz, we need to have these rubrics so that students can analyze, and of course they are easy to understand about it. So let's proceed to principle number 4. So principle number 4 is perceptible information. So inclusive practices are designed so that they communicate valuable information to all through various formats. So it's stated here that it is the practice. So how they can communicate value information to all through various formats in any ways. And these are the examples. Use technological and assistive device to support learning, communicate with parents, or share information. This is the most important thing. You need to have you also use the technology, of course, to support learning, not just to support learning, also communicating with your families, with the parents of the students, that, and also not just communicating, not just what do we call it, do I have the supporting learning, and of course we have also the sharing of information. And the next we have here the principle number 5. So principle number 5, it is tolerance for error. So inclusive practices are designed to minimize errors and unintended consequences by providing safeguards and warnings to assist all in using them safely. So example of this, teach studies and learning strategies. Of course, when you are going to have your students, you must give them any kind of what what you're capable to do with these learning strategies, so that of course this is very important for us to teach them, uh, to give them information, and of course the learning strategies, to keep them learning strategies or any kind of strategies. The next, teach self-regulation techniques. This is the most important thing, also a teacher, right? So it encourages also students to foster their intrinsic motivation. So for example, you are now a teacher. No. For example, you are a teacher, and then you have many students that they cannot do this one, they cannot do this activity. So you need to have the support, or you need to motivate your student to continue studying, to have their you use your any kind of learning so that they can also participate in what you are going to give them. Give them any activity. Okay? So be patient. Patience is a must. So next is offer grading alternatives that are valid and appropriate. This is the important thing also. So we will proceed next. Principle number 6. So principle number 6 is low physical effort. Inclusive practices of these are designed to be used comfortably and efficiently without much effort from all. So as you can see, without much effort from all. So what is this? What are these examples? Chunk activities and give more breaks. Not just give many activities, so many assignments, many projects to do. No, give them time also, give them rest, give them time to rest so that they can clear their minds, they can have the more information to come, because not just all student has the ability to grab that opportunity, that grab that all not all students can do everything. Okay, so you must know this thing. Okay, so next is teach mindfulness. Of course, what's the purpose of teaching when you don't teach using your initiative? What's the purpose of teaching when your topics is so ununderstandable, right? It's useless, of course. And then provide additional support as needed. Of course, the support if needed also. This is the most important thing for teachers, especially to those students that, yes, you already know that. Next is the principle number 7. So, principle number 7, size and space for approach and use. So, inclusive practices of these are designed for use by all, regardless of their mobility, physicality, or way of communication. Like example number 1, take advantage of seat arrangement in classroom furniture, like chairs, stability balls, use ambient music, and appropriate lighting. That's the thing. And then provide opportunities for outdoor work and allow technology as needed. So I think this is very understandable for us. So we will going to proceed our next principle. So we have here our principle number 8, which is community of learners. So inclusive practices of these are designed to promote social interaction and communication for all. As it's stated here, socializing, communicating, not just student to student, teacher to student, but for all. So number 1, use project-based learning. You used to group themselves, and then they will having the teamwork for their project. They will having communication to each other so that they will know each other, and then we have here the communication. And then promote collaborative activities such as fishbowl discussion or think pair share, and establish strong homeschool partnership. This is the most important thing also, the partnership of us, both students and teachers. And of course, our classroom check-ins and check-outs. So, we were going to have our last principle, which is principle number 9, the inclusive environment. So, inclusive practices are designed to foster acceptance and a sense of belongingness for all. Example, make student aware of and comfortable with diversity. Of course, when you are going to have your student someday, you need to, yes, like what I've been said earlier, that you must know your students' strengths and weaknesses, so that you will have the information what they're capable to do, what they're comfortable to do. Yes, this is very important thing for us, especially when you are a teacher. You must know that. Okay, not all students can do that. Can do this. Okay, so emphasize social rules in the classroom, that we students are there to teach each other and learn from each other, of course, communicate each other, teamwork, of course, and allow bonding activities. Bonding activities, you have the bond, you have the memories, of course. This is very special for us and very memorable for us. And then lastly, do team building exercises regularly and integrate lessons in such activities, because all students has no all students must participate or have the power to participate this kind of activity, because this is very very like exciting part for us. As like you like just me, I like giving some activities that it's a group activities, and having having fun with each other, and think, oh, I know that's not it, that is like that, like you're going to argue, you were going to argue that thing that both you both not comfortable with, and then all is happy, all the bonds, the of course the relationship, both students and teachers, and also student to student. Yes, I've been there. So this is the most important thing to do, and I hope you'll understand my topic. And if you have some question, please just PM me on Facebook, and hopefully that you have your learning, and I hope you understand my topic. And that's it. I hope you'll understand my topic, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you.